Coming up tonight on YCU, 3 community churches are fundraising to help a Charlestown family who recently lost their home in a fire. Dartmouth-Hitchcock Medical Center plans to collaborate with 2 smaller hospitals in Vermont. And Debbie Stanley tells us more about the Osmond Sargent Land Preservation Trust. More news, sports, and weather. Stay tuned. It's time for YCU, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region and central Vermont. News, sports, weather, public affairs, and all that's happening in our area. The news on YCU, your local view.
Hi, Dave Carmichael here with you on YCU. Losing their home in a fire last Wednesday hasn't kept the DuPont family down, and considering all the community support they've received, including 3 special fundraisers this weekend, spirits are high. The Eagle Times reports that the couple had 3 children, and the family lived on Jeffrey Road in North Charlestown for 10 years until last Wednesday when their home suddenly burned down. The DuPonts attend church at North Charlestown United Methodist Church, which is hosting a benefit buffet breakfast fundraiser for the family on Saturday, May 4th at 7 a.m. The Valley Bible Chapel in Hillsborough, New Hampshire is hosting a second fundraiser on Friday, May 3rd at 7 p.m. Also on Saturday, May 4th, the West Unity Community Church is holding a meatloaf supper to raise money for the DuPonts. The supper will be from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Dartmouth-Hitchcock Medical Center is working with 2 smaller Vermont hospitals on coordinating services. Brattleboro Memorial Hospital and Grace Cottage Hospital of Townshead are only 17 miles apart. They're turning to Dartmouth-Hitchcock in Lebanon, New Hampshire, and a consulting firm to gather data. Both hospitals already share medical specialists and have worked together on a community health assessment. The 19-bed Grace Cottage Hospital focuses on acute and rehabilitative care. Brattleboro Memorial only has 61 beds and provides more primary and specialty services. The consultant's report is expected to be completed in the fall. Justice John Kissinger of the Keene Superior Court last week upheld last November's decision by Walpole's Planning Board to approve a 68 multifamily housing unit development off Route 12 in the town's commercial district. According to a report in the Eagle Times, Kissinger ruled that the 22 Walpole citizens that had appealed the board's November approval had failed to meet their burden of persuading the court that the board's approval was unlawful or that by the balance of probabilities it was unreasonable. There is now a site plan approval that may proceed to seek a building permit from the town selectmen. The Greater Springfield, Vermont area Habitat for Humanity is seeking applications for a 3-bedroom home that will be available in the Springfield area soon. To qualify, applicants must show a very specific need for decent, affordable housing, have a family income of no more than 60% of the country's HUD median income, and no less than 45% according to the size of the family. For an example, income limits for a family of 4 is currently at $30,330 to $40,440. The family also must meet the financial requirements of the Habitat home ownership. Complete applications must be received by May 31st, 2013. To learn more about the application process or request an application, call 802-885-5552 or 802-885-6440. New Hampshire's Social Services Agency is making its pitch for funding to the Senate Finance Committee. Health and Human Services Commissioner Nicholas Toompas says providing more services for the mentally ill and responding to lawsuits over that issue and Medicaid payments levels to hospitals are major challenges going into the 2-year budget cycle that begins on July 1st. Budget writers in the Vermont Senate have completed work on their version of a fiscal 2014 state budget that includes new limits on a key welfare to work program. The Senate's budget of $1.36 billion is about $2 million less than the budget the House passed about a month ago. It does not put as much money into the reserve funds as the House did. The Vermont State House is set to debate legislation today that would allow doctors to prescribe lethal medication to terminally ill patients who request it. The measure, variously labeled physician-assisted suicide or death by dignity, has been the subject of 2 public hearings this year. For these stories and more, be sure to check out our website at ycunow.com, and also please like our Facebook page. After the break, we'll hear from Arthur Mountain from Mountain Farm.
The YCU News continues in a moment.